Yeah, boy. Welcome to the first video on the chapter, The Role of the Bookmaker. Now, as we all know, sports betting would not exist without the bookmaker. The bookmaker's main task is to provide markets for betting and odds for those markets. So in this video, what I'll be teaching you is how bookmakers make a book and how they set the odds. And in doing so, you'll also learn about how bookmakers incorporate the commission into the odds. Now, the commission is also known as the overround or margin in Australia and the UK. And in America, it's commonly referred to as the juice or vig, which is short for vigorish. So, to demonstrate how bookmakers make a book and how they set the odds, I'll use a simple coin toss example. Okay. Now, a coin toss is what's known as a fair market or an evens market or a pick market. Okay. If you ever hear the words pick and evens market, it refers to a 50-50 event. So, in a perfect world where the bookmaker does not charge a commission, they would offer $2 for heads and $2 for tails. So, suppose I'm a bookmaker here and I receive 50 bets on tails and 50 bets on heads, with the maximum stake being $1. So I receive $50 in tails money and $50 in heads money. Now, if you look at my screen, I've presented this book in the form of a chart. Okay, so this chart that you see, this is the standard book. Now, if you look on the left side, we've got the odds of $2 and $2, and the implied chance of each of those events is 50%. That adds up to 100%. Down here, you can see that to convert percentage to odds, you simply divide by 1. So that $2 is the result of dividing 1 by 50%. So if we've got $100 in total, okay, $50 in heads and $50 in tails money. In scenario 1, if heads were to land, we would be liable to pay $50 to the winning punters who bet heads, while retaining $50 from the losing punters who bet tails, and our profit would be $0. Likewise, in scenario 2, if tails were to land, we would retain $50 from the losing punters who bet heads, while having to pay out $50 to the winning punters who bet tails, and our profit would be $0. So, in order for the bookmaker to reward and compensate themselves for the bookmaking service, they incorporate the commission into the odds by offering slightly lower odds than what the percentage indicates. So in our 50-50, in our evens market scenario of the coin toss, instead of offering $2, we'd offer $1.90 for heads and $1.90 for tails. Now, if you convert those odds into the percentage, you simply divide 1 by the odds. Okay, so 1 divided by $1.90 is 52.63%. And adding those two up gives you a total of 105.26%. That extra 5.26% represents the margin or juice. So if you look to the right of the table, in event 1, if tails were to land, we would only be liable to pay $45 to the winning punters who bet heads, while retaining the $50 from the losing punters who bet tails, and our profit would be $5. Likewise, in event 2, if tails were to land, we would retain the $50 from the losing punters who bet heads, but be liable to pay out $45 to the winning punters who bet tails, and our profit would still be $5. So that essentially is how a bookmaker makes a book. They need to convert the percentages of the event into odds, and that is also how they incorporate their commission. So they offer slightly lower odds than what the percentage indicates. So I hope you liked that video. Give it a like if you liked it. If you didn't, leave a comment, and make sure you stay tuned for more videos on the chapter, The Role of the Bookmaker. Yeah!